Hi, my name's Taylor Boyd, and I conducted an interview with our instructional coach, Miss Jenna Gudrew. Miss Gudrew has had lots of preparation for this job. In high school, she taught pre-K, and that's when she fell in love with teaching. And after that, she continued her education and got her bachelor's degree, and she's still working towards her doctorate. As an instructional coach, Miss Gudrew has learned to be the best instructional coach you can, you need to be a lifetime learner. You need to be present in lots of professional organizations and professional development to help others grow and to help yourself grow. The best thing about being an instructional coach is being able to see all the great, because as a teacher, you can't really see all the great that happens in your district due to the fact that you're just in a classroom and you can't necessarily see everything that's going on. But as an instructional coach, you can see everything that's going on in the district, each classroom, each building. Another good thing is that she loves to see new teachers grow. She loves to see new teachers go from quiet and shy teachers to confident and amazing teachers. She also specializes in the Fab 14, which it's district-wide, we all use it. And then she also loves when teachers are eager to learn and teachers are excited to see what Ms. Gudrew has brought to the table. Our district, we use the Fab 14. This came from Doug Limbo's book, Teach Like a Champion. The Fab 14 is a way for our school to use this throughout the district to help promote high expectations for teaching. The first slide is threshold, and this should be established in two ways. You should establish a personal connection with your students, and you should reinforce those classroom expectations in and out of the classroom. Number two is 100%, and for this one, there's only one acceptable percent of students following directions, and that's 100%. You should always have 100% of your students listening, paying attention, and following the directions. And if not, your authority in the classroom is questionable. And you should always say what you mean and mean what you say, and your students should know that, and they should always know what's expected of them. Number three is no opt-out. This is when a student may not know the answer at the beginning, or maybe not know what is being asked, but should always know by the end. This totally eliminates the I don't know, like the answer, and this increases student participation in the class. This should always end with the original student stating the correct answer as well. Number four is cold call. This is making sure that all students are always engaged and always paying attention. And this is regardless of whether they have their hand raised or not. You should pull out a popsicle stick, and our district uses these popsicle sticks. You write the name on them, put them in a cup, and then you'll draw randomly. And you should always ask the question, give that 5 to 10 seconds for that thinking to happen, and then call the name and have them answer. This is a great way for checking for understanding to make sure everyone's on task and paying attention. Number five is tight transitions. This is very effective in a classroom. This is like eliminating that extra time in between activity to activity. This is reducing the transition time, which means more instructional time. And by cutting 1 minute of it transition time a day, 10 times a day, that gives you 30 plus hours of instructional time recovered in a year. And messy transitions are always open to disruptions and conflict, and that increases those. And your goal should always be both speed and orderliness with this. Number six is slant. Slant is a quick way to get everyone in focus and paying attention quickly. Slant stands for sit up, listen, ask and answer questions, nod the head, and track the speaker. Number seven is right is right. This is the high standard of correctness in a classroom. You should not praise correct answers. This is a way to get high academic expectations for you, your students, and in your classroom. You want exact answers only, or the correct answers only. Number 8 is precise praise. This is a very powerful tool in the classroom. according to Declamo, it should happen 3 times as often as criticism and correction. Precise praise is specific. You don't just want the good jobs. You want exactly what they did good. And if it's good, it's always going to be a repeated action if you precise praise that. Number 9 is a clear learning goal. This is for the students or the teachers to identify what the students will know because of the lesson they'll be learning. In our district, we like to use, there's different types of clear learning goals, but in our district, we use the students will be able to, and we use those Bloom taxonomy verbs to get higher level thinking flowing. As an instructional coach, it's really important for you to know what your principal of your building that you're helping out wants as far as clear learning goals, because this is going to help the teacher as well better their clear learning goals so they get higher level thinking going on. Number 10 is task analysis. This is identifying the steps that are going to need to master the goal. This is normally a 3-step process. Number 1 is you're going to establish the goal, what you want, what you're looking for, what you want the students to know by the end of the lesson or the end of the unit. Number 2 is you're going to need to list everything that the learner needs to know and be able to master their goal, the background knowledge, what they need, previous knowledge, in order to help them perform well. Number 3 is sequencing the steps. This is looking at the list and making sure everything is in sequential order. Number 11 is congruency. This is matching your assignments with your clear learning goal. This is a way to make sure you're on task and that everything matches up with the curriculum and also your standards. Number 12 is diagnosis. This is a way to see what students already know so that you know where to begin instruction, kind of like their background knowledge. In our district, we have 2 types of diagnosis. The first one is a formal diagnosis like the ACT or the DOOR exam. The other one is informal diagnosis. This is a quick check for specific evidence like pre-test on a specific topic. Number 13 is overt responses. This is the check for understanding mid-lesson. Like you want to make sure everyone's engaged like during the lesson. A great way to do these is whiteboards, post-it notes, talk and turn with a partner, and things like that. Number 14 is mid-course corrections. This is a way to adapt to students' immediate learning needs and what they need during that moment in time. There's 2 forms. You can either practice, which is providing that additional time for a skill, and if the student's not getting it, maybe they just need a little bit more time to practice that. And the second option is reteach. This is when a large amount of students are not getting it and it might not help, and it might just help to start over. And if you're going to do this, you need to find new activities, new ways of learning, and new worksheets and things like that to help you help them better their knowledge. During my time with Ms. Gudger, I learned a lot about helpful qualities and leadership you might need as an instructional coach. And for this, I felt that these were the most important ones. I thought that time management and don't procrastinating, those were some of the top ones, because I think that you can't get a lot of things done if you just procrastinate everything and you're not managing your time well. You need to set deadlines and communications or emails and calls and clear lines of communication, meaning that you need to know when you're going to call someone or when you're going to meet up and make sure that everyone knows what's going on and that communication is clear. You need to set personal goals, because you're not only going to better them, you're going to better yourself. And you need to make sure that your things that you're doing are goal-oriented. And I feel like you also need to be fair and consistent. And if you're not fair with other teachers, if you're helping one more than another, if you're not giving everyone the equal opportunity, it's just not well. You need to be consistent in helping everyone. You can't just be there one day and then say you're going to show up and not show up. It's just about taking responsibility. This is all